Hi, and welcome to my tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to bake and contour, which are two techniques to make your makeup look absolutely flawless. Today I have my lovely model here, Alex Shamberry, and I'm going to be showing you how to achieve her look. Now on this half of her face, I've already applied powder, and I'm going to be showing you on this side of her face how to complete this look. This side of her face isn't completed quite yet. I'm going to still wipe the powder off later, but I'll show you how to do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a small defined blush brush, and I'm going to be dipping into a powder that's about 2 to 3 shades lighter than her skin. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start at her forehead, and I'm going to use small strokes just across her, to sweep them slowly across her forehead. Now I'm not using that much quite yet. The most important thing is that you use a very small amount because you can always apply more, but you can't take any off. It's a lot harder. Next up, I'm going to be working my way down her temples a little bit and creating a nice angle past her ears, taking little bits from my palette as I need to, and then I'm going to work down her chin. So right now I'm just simply framing her face. Lift up your chin, as well as her chin. Now the actual contouring, this is where this comes in. Second your cheeks for me really quick. Now I can see where the line of her cheek is, but you don't want to ever apply contour while your cheeks are in this position because then the makeup can slide a little bit. So relax your cheeks. And I'm going to start from her ear inward. And I'm not going to go all the way in. I'd say that I'm probably midway to her eye. Creating a straight line as I go. Next up, I'm going to take a shade that is a little bit yellow to help her under eye circles. Look this way and then look up. And I'm just going to be applying that directly under her eyes. And all this is going to do is combat the purpley tones of her under eye circles. Depending on how severe yours are, you can apply a little bit or a lot. It's just up to you. Next, I'm going to be taking a shade that's lighter than her skin tone, and I'm going to be applying that on her forehead right underneath where I applied the contour. This part is important because you need to realize that I'm not necessarily putting on the amount that's going to stay there. Turn this way for me. I'm just applying, because a lot of this is going to be wiped away later. I'm going to take that same shade and I'm going to bring it down her cheeks to just make her cheekbones pop. And I'm going to lift my brush and I'm going to also apply that underneath the contour on the side of her face here. And that's it. Now, another option that you have, this is totally optional, you can also contour someone's nose. You can also highlight if you'd like. I personally do not like to highlight, but it's going to be very subtle. You don't want anyone to know that you're contouring. Now here comes the baking part. I'm going to take a beauty blender and I'm going to dampen it. And I'm going to have some loose white translucent powder. And I'm going to apply it under her eyes very thick. Look up for me. Now, the reason why you call it baking is because you let the heat from your skin soak up this translucent powder for 15 to 20 minutes, and a lot of people do it a lot longer. But you let the heat kind of cook this powder on her face. Okay. So now this is what she looked like. Normally, I would have her sit 15 minutes. This side of her face has been sitting for about 20 minutes. The longer, the better. So I'm actually going to remove this. The trick to this is that you want to blend back towards the hairline, because if you blend in, it could ruin the rest of the makeup. So I'm just going to be taking this and I'm just going to wipe at first very gently. And there's still a lot left over makeup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same brush and I'm just going to blend a little more rough. These strokes, while they do still need to go towards the back, they can be a little bit more rough. Eyes open and look up, please. And all that did is brighten up her eyes. This technique is also great if you have extra sparkly eyeshadow, because if you apply the sparkly eyeshadow after you put on the translucent powder, once you swipe it away, that glitter will go away with it, and it won't ruin the rest of your makeup. So the last thing I'm going to do, the last two things I'm going to do is I'm going to apply blush. I personally do not like a lot of blush, but it's totally your preference when you're contouring. Just depends on if you want a more dramatic look or a more natural look. And then the finishing step is I'm going to be taking a liquid illuminator that's kind of bronzy. If you have a lighter skin tone, you might want to use something that's more pink based. And I'm just going to be dabbing that right on her cheekbone. And taking my damp beauty blender again and just dabbing that on her cheeks like so. And when you're complete with this look, and you're actually going to do this to both sides of the face, I'm just showing you one side for time's sake. And you're going to take any sort of finishing spray you want, hold your breath, and once that dries, you're ready to go. So thank you so much for letting me show you how to bake and contour. Makeup is one of my favorite things in the world. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you find this look really easy to do and you try it yourself. Thank you so much for watching.